What's going on, guys? My name is Braeden McDonald, and today I'm going to be talking about the history of Newbury and what makes it so special today. I have lived my entire life in Newbury and have seen amazing things and made even better memories with friends. I've always loved living in the town of Newbury, and I've always been interested in video production, so I thought, what better than to make a video on the place I call home. There are three main sections within the town of Newbury: the community of Byfield, Plum Island, and the main area commonly known as Old Town, which is the center of Newbury. First, I want to get into the history of these areas and talk more about the early days of the town of Newbury. Newbury dates back to 1635 when it was established on May 7, 1635. As a result, the town of Newbury has quite the history over the last 4 centuries. Newbury used to consist of Newburyport and West Newbury. In 1764, Newburyport became its own town, and in 1819, West Newbury became its own town. While Newbury and Byfield used to be the same town, today Byfield is a parish within Newbury. Byfield mainly consists of residential homes and local businesses. It is home to 2 schools, Triton Regional High School and Governor's Academy. The school is known today as the Governor's Academy, but used to be known as Dummer Academy. Governor's is also the nation's first ever preparatory school. Interestingly, the Governor's Academy owned Newbury's golf course, Old Newbury, which was established in 1916. Closer to the water is Plum Island. Plum Island was first visited back in 1604 and was eventually established as part of Newbury in 1635. In 1649, the land was divided into 3 towns: Newbury, Rowley, and Ipswich. In 1790, the federal government built a lighthouse to replace the beacons that were being used. In 1806, a turnpike was built from Rolfs Lane to the island over the Plum Island River. In 1881, the first summer home was built on the island, and this was the start of what was known as the building boom. It wasn't until 1886 that the official building boom began. Houses all over the island were in the process of being built. In 1934, Warren Frothingham ran a very successful aviation business until it was shut down in 1941. The airfield was eventually reopened in 1945 and has been used to this day ever since. In between Plum Island and Byfield lies Old Town Newbury. The Upper Green, which is located in the center of Newbury, was used as a militia training ground in 1642. The first meeting house was built in 1646 on the Green's northwest corner. This was also where churches were until the first parish church was built across High Road in 1869. The first parish cemetery was established in 1646 and is where many of the first settlers in Newbury were buried. Later, Newbury opened its first school in 1877, known as the Lower Green Schoolhouse. It wasn't long until the school was out of use due to low enrollment. After its closing, students who wanted to go to school would go to the Ridge School down the street near the Upper Green. At the same time, another school was being built down the road across from the Upper Green, known as the Woodbridge School. This was a bigger school for kids in Newbury to go to, and was a school that many kids would go to for the next couple decades. There was so much fascinating history about the town of Newbury and its 3 sections, but what makes Newbury so special are the endless things you can do and see today. Let's start by talking about the area of Byfield. Byfield is where I go to high school. Going to Triton Regional High School, I spent a lot of my time in Byfield at school on campus for sports and activities. Triton High School consists of 3 towns: Newbury, Rowley, and Salisbury, and is a school for grades 7 to 12. While seemingly small, there is a lot to do in Byfield. Mantor Field is a large field where sporting events occur, such as soccer and lacrosse. They also added a basketball court for people to play basketball. Down the street in Byfield is Pearson Field, a baseball field that I grew up playing Little League at, located right next to the town's library. One of my favorite things to do in Byfield is go bridge jumping at what we call the Govs Bridge. The Govs Bridge is right off the Governor's Academy campus and is a fun summer spot to go with friends to swim in the iconic Parker River. While very small, I spend a lot of my time in Byfield, whether it's in sports, school, or even just with my friends. Byfield has a lot to offer. One of my favorite summer spots is Plum Island. Plum Island is a beautiful place and a very special place to me. Living in Newbury my entire life, I think I can confidently say that I spend about 75% of my summer on Plum Island Beach. The Newbury section of Plum Island consists of a few small businesses and many residential houses. The island is home to so many great people who love the town of Newbury just like I do. People who don't know about Plum Island miss out on the true beauty of the place. On a nice summer day, you can spend your day in the hot sun on the clean beach. You can grab a snack, sub, or drink at Plum Island Provisions. And if you're feeling like dinner, you can head over to the Beachcomber. If you're up for ice cream, you can head over to the Cottage. The vibes are immaculate, and if you stick around for sunset, your eyes will be amazed. There's no other place that I'd rather be than on the beach with my best friends on a hot summer day than Plum Island. I've had so many amazing memories on the island and wouldn't trade them for the world. I'm so grateful to have such quick and easy access to such a beautiful place. If you haven't been to Plum Island, I highly recommend going sometime. You'll be glad you did. Last up is Old Town Newbury. Newbury today consists of mostly residential houses, a few corner stores, a bank, a post office, a school, a gas station, rivers, a golf course, a driving range, and great views. Newbury Elementary School, known as NES, is located in Newbury today and is where I went to elementary school. The school is a convenient little school and is filled with outstanding teachers. I have great memories growing up at NES and enjoyed all the teachers I had there. Old Newbury is the golf course where I spend my summers golfing and working. It's a great course with amazing views of the Parker River and marsh. The thing I love most about Newbury is the iconic Parker River. The Parker River flows through the marshes of Newbury and Byfield. If you're looking for a scenic boat drive, you can wind your way through the marshes of Newbury or head to the ocean for a day at the beach. Newman Road is a connector road from Hay Street to High Road and is probably one of the most beautiful views in Newbury. The road has a bridge that goes over the Parker River, which is known as the Newman Bridge. On a hot summer day, this is a small bridge that my friends and I like to jump off into the Parker River. The thing I love most about Old Town Newbury is it's such a unique area with great people and so many amazing things to do. The town of Newbury has been around for almost 4 centuries, and it's crazy to see that even though there has been a lot of change, the town of Newbury is the same town it once was. It's wild to think that many other generations have experienced some of the same amazing memories that I have throughout their youth living in Newbury. A perfect example of this is my mom, who grew up in Newbury and has stayed here her entire life, and still loves the area as she did when she was my age. I love the area that I live in, and seriously don't think I would ever want to grow up living somewhere other than Newbury. Newbury will always be home to me, and I will always cherish the memories that I have made with friends and family here. And I highly recommend, if you have never been to Newbury, Massachusetts, that you come to check it out because it's unlike any other town.